Last class explain the orbitals energy level based on the Euler diagram. అంటే Euler diagram బేస్ చేసుకుని ఆర్బిటల్ ఎనర్జీ లెవెల్ ఎలా చెప్తాం. అంటే బిఫోర్ దట్ ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ యూ రిమెంబర్ Bohr's model, Rutherford atomic model, Sommerfeld model. Rutherford model means that is based on the gold foil experiment or alpha ray scattering experiment. So, according to that model, what are the important points of Rutherford means? Electrons revolve around the nucleus in a specified around the nucleus like planets revolve around the sun. అంటే planetary model. Rutherford model ఏంటంటే that is the planetary model of atom. Rutherford's atomic model. The first point is atoms are spherical in shape, mostly hollow. Atoms are how it is? Spherical in shape and mostly hollow. Hollow means empty space. Atoms are spherical, hollow. Second point is the centermost part of the atom. Atom center. The centermost part of the atom is called nucleus. Centermost part of an atom is that is called nucleus. Nucleus contains what? Nucleus contains means positive charge. Around this nucleus, electrons are revolving. How the electrons are revolving? That is planetary model, based on planetary model. Planetary model of atom. It defines the second point means it defines the nucleus. The centermost part of the atom is called nucleus. Mass of the atom is due to its nucleus only. Mass of the atom is due to its nucleus only. That is the second point. Third point, how the electrons are revolving? Electrons revolve around the nucleus like planets revolve around the sun. Fourth point is the angular momentum of electron. That means two forces are acting on the revolving electron. What are the two forces? Two forces are acting on revolving electron. What are the two forces are acting on the revolving electron? One is centripetal force, another one is centrifugal force. This is a pedal force, this is a fugal force. This is the nucleus. Electron is revolving around the nucleus. On the revolving electron, two forces are acting. One is centripetal, another one is centrifugal. Centripetal force means always acting towards the center. Centrifugal force is away from the center. These two forces are equal and opposite in direction. So they stabilize the momentum of electron. These are the 4 points. Last point is angular momentum of electron. Angular momentum 4 points only. Rutherford model is these are the important 4 points. First one is atoms are spherical in shape, mostly hollow. Second point is the centermost part of an atom is called nucleus. Mass of the atom is due to its nucleus. Why he says atom mass due to its nucleus? Electrons are moving with high speed around the nucleus. That mass is negligible. Only nucleus mass is only countable. That's why mass of the atom is due to its nucleus. Third point is electrons revolve around the nucleus like planets revolve around the sun. Planetary model. Fourth point is two forces are acting on the revolving electron These two forces are centripetal and centrifugal. These are acting opposite and equal. Next, defects or drawbacks means only 2 points are there. Where the first defect is according to the classical laws of physics. That time, at the time, what are the rules and regulations of the physics? Any charged particle in moving condition, it loses energy continuously. In the atom, which particle is moving? Electron. So electron is moving means slowly that energy loses, finally collapse in the nucleus. Suppose this is the nucleus, this is electron moving condition. So slowly that movement is decreases, finally collapse in the nucleus. That is the first drawback. First defect means according to the classical laws of physics, any charged particle in moving condition loses its energy continuously. So electron loses its energy continuously, finally collapse in the nucleus, but atom is stable. Second point is, suppose electron loses its energy continuously, it must form continuous spectrum like this. On the photographic plate, the spectral lines are continuously like this, but discrete lines are observed. Discrete means suppose one line is formed, again after long time, again another spectral line is formed. This is a discontinuous spectrum. This is a continuous spectrum. If the electron loses energy continuously, it must form continuous spectrum, but that type of spectrum is not formed. These are the two defects. Okay, next one is Bohr's atomic model. Bohr's atomic model is based on what? Bohr's atomic model is based on what? Water. No. Water model means that is a J.J. Thomson model. Here, Rutherford alpha ray scattering experiment. Bohr's atomic model is based on what? Planck's quantum theory. Planck's quantum theory. That means E proportional to nu, E is equal to h nu. Here E means energy, nu means frequency of radiation, h means Planck's constant. Here, energy emitted is directly proportional to frequency of radiation. Suppose frequency of radiation is more, energy also more. Frequency is less, energy also less. By removing this proportionality, write is equal to means you must write a constant. And this is equal to beta and a constant beta. What is a constant? H. That constant is called Planck's constant. So based on this Planck's quantum theory, Bohr's atomic model. What is a Bohr's atomic model? First point. He defines stationary orbits. Stationary orbits. What are stationary orbits? He tried to overcome the drawback of the Rutherford atomic model. The Rutherford atomic model, what is the main drawback at that time? Stand up first. At that time, electrons are revolving around the nucleus, they lose energy continuously. That means the first drawback is electron is moving around the nucleus, that is a charged particle, it loses continuously energy continuously losing. But he proposed stationary orbits. How to propose stationary orbit? Suppose electrons are moving around the nucleus in a specified circular path. specified circular path. These paths are called orbits only, not stationary, orbits only. Next, as long as electron in its orbit, suppose first orbit consists of one electron. This electron moving in this orbit only, how much time it is moving? There is no change of its energy. Change of its energy means there is no decrease or increase of energy. So these are called stationary orbits. First they define the orbit, after that stationary orbit. What is orbit? Electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a specified circular path. These paths are called orbits. As long as electron in its orbit, energy is constant. So these are called stationary orbits. Second one, these stationary orbits are represented by K, L, M, N, etc. Here K means first orbit, L means second orbit, M means third orbit, and so on. First orbit name is K, second orbit is L, third orbit is M, and so on. In the second point, another important one is, as the size of the orbit increases, energy also increases. Size increases, energy also increases. Out of this K, L, M, which is the higher energy? M. Least energy? K. The orbit near the nucleus has less energy, far away from the nucleus has more energy. Third point is, electron jumps from higher energy level to lower energy level. Higher energy level to lower energy level. Suppose electron jumps from L to K, higher to lower. The difference of energy emitted as radiation. How much energy? H nu. Higher energy minus lower energy. The difference how much is there? That energy is released as radiation. Which radiation? H nu. Suppose electron jumps from lower to higher. Energy is absorbed. Suppose electron jumps from lower energy level to higher energy level. The energy is absorbed. Here minus sign indicates absorption of energy. Last point is angular momentum of electron. Angular momentum of electron is mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Suppose electron is moving in this circular path, that electron have momentum. Which type of momentum? Angular momentum. Suppose any object is moving in a straight line path, that have momentum is there. That momentum is mass into velocity. Here circular path or curved path, that momentum is angular momentum. That angular momentum is product of mass, velocity and radius. This value equal to nh by 2 pi. Suppose n value 1 means 1h by 2 pi, 2 means 2h by 2 pi, 3 means 3h by 2 pi, and so on. Suppose electron in the first orbit 1h by 2 pi. Electron in the second orbit 2h by 2 pi. Third orbit, electron in the third orbit 3h by 2 pi. What about M? M means what? Mass of the electron. V means velocity of the electron. R means radius of the orbit. Here H means already you know Planck's constant. This N is called principal quantum number. Principal quantum number. That means 1, 2, 3, etc. K, L, M, that 1, 2, 3. These are all called quantum numbers. Here, what are the defects means? Bohr's model defects means. First point is why this angular momentum mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi. Why angular momentum mvr is equal to nh by 2 pi? He would not explain. What is another defect? What is another defect? Already over this 9th class, 10th class, 2 classes we came. He could not explain the formation of chemical bonds. Chemical bonds. He could not explain the formation of chemical bonds. How the chemical bonds are formed, he could not explain. Next one, G1 effect. G1 effect. G1 effect means splitting of spectral lines in presence of magnetic field. Splitting of spectral lines in presence of magnetic field is called G1 effect. Why the splitting, he could not explain. Fourth one, Stark effect. Splitting of spectral lines in presence of electric field, that is Stark effect. He could not explain that. Last one is, he successfully explained the spectral lines of atoms having one electron. Suppose hydrogen atomic number is 1, we have only one electron. He successfully explained the spectrum of hydrogen. That means atom having only one electron. He unable to explain the spectral lines of higher elements. He unable to explain spectral lines of higher elements. Higher element means elements having more than one electron. These are the drawbacks. Okay, next one is Sommerfeld. The scientist Sommerfeld proposed what means, according to Bohr's model, electrons how they are moving circular path, but Sommerfeld proposed elliptical orbits. That means first orbit is as it is circular, k is equal to 1, n is equal to 1, that k orbit, that orbit is as it is in circular, no change. Remaining, that means second orbit or what, these are all moving in a elliptical path, but not in circular. First orbit is as it is circular, second orbit, third orbit onwards, these are all elliptical paths. That is L, next M, and so on. And another important one is angular momentum. Quantum number L, 0, 1, 2, etc. n minus 1. He explained orbital. What is orbital? According to Bohr's main energy level means our electron revolve around the circular shapes, circular paths. These are called orbits. He successfully explained the orbit. Orbit means main energy level. But he says each and every orbit consists of orbitals. Orbitals means sub-energy level. Orbits are main energy level. Orbitals are sub-energy levels. These orbitals are represented by S, P, D, F, etc. Orbits means K, L, M, N, etc. Here orbitals means small letters S, P, D, F, G, etc. Each and every orbit consists of sub-energy levels. These are represented by letter L. L value starting from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Suppose L value 0 means S orbital, 1 means P orbital, 2 means D orbital, and so on. L value 0 means S orbital, 1 means P orbital, 2 means D orbital, and so on. The maximum number of electrons in an orbit is equal to 2n square. Suppose k orbit, how many electrons? L orbit, M orbit, whatever the orbit, you want to know the number of electrons. This is the formula. Suppose n value 1, 2, 3, etc. n value 1 means 2n square is equal to 2 into 1 square 2. N value 2 means 2n square is equal to 2 into 2 whole square, that is 8. N value 3 means 2n square is equal to 2 into 3 square, 18. So first orbit, this is the K. K orbit consists of 2 L, M. K orbit, it consists of only one orbital. K orbit means only one orbital, that is S. First energy consists of only one sub-energy level. Suppose N value 2, L orbit. This consists of two orbitals, S and P. First, how many electrons? 2. Second, N value 2 means how many electrons? 8. How it is 8 means S orbital 2 electrons, P orbital 6. P orbital 6 means P orbital consists of 3 degenerate, Px, Py, Pz. These are the degenerate orbitals. Degenerate means orbitals having the same energy. Orbitals having the same energy are called degenerate orbitals. So, maximum number of electrons in an orbital is equal to 2 only. To take any orbital, maximum number of electrons how many? Only 2. But P consists of 6, how? It consists of 3 degenerate, so 3 into 2, 6. Suppose N value 2 means M shell. This consists of what? S, P, D. 3 orbitals are there. Total how many electrons? 18. How it is? S orbital 2, P orbital 6, D orbital 10. How D orbital is 10 means D orbital consists of 5 degenerate, D, dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square, dz square. These are the 5 degenerate. So 5 into 2, 10. Total 80. Like this. Maximum number of electrons in an orbital means 2 only. The orbital ఎన్ని electrons ఉంటాయి maximum? 2 only. అవి కూడా ఎలా ఉంటాయి? One is clockwise, another one is anti-clockwise. Upward, పైకి ఉంటేనేమో clockwise, down ఉంటే anti-clockwise. అందువల్ల మనకి ఫస్ట్ ఆర్బిట్ లో 2 ఎలక్ట్రాన్స్ మాక్సిమం అవుతాయి, సెకండ్ ఆర్బిట్ లో 8 అవుతాయి. 8 ఎలా వచ్చినాయి? ఎస్ ఆర్బిటల్, పి ఆర్బిటల్ రెండు ఉంటాయి కదా. ఎస్ లో అయితే 2, పి లో 6, బికాస్ పి కన్సిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ 3 degenerate. మీకు నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ సబ్ ఎనర్జీ లెవెల్స్ ఇన్ అన్ ఆర్బిట్ అంటే దట్ ఈస్ ఎన్ వాల్యూ. సపోజ్ ఎన్ వాల్యూ 1 అనుకోండి, ఎన్ని సబ్ ఎనర్జీ లెవెల్స్ ఉన్నాయి? 1. ఎన్ వాల్యూ 2 అనుకోండి, ఎన్ని వచ్చినాయి? sp2 వచ్చింది. ఎన్ వాల్యూ 3 అయితే 3 వచ్చింది. సో నెంబర్ ఆఫ్ సబ్ ఎనర్జీ లెవెల్స్ డిపెండ్స్ ఆన్ ఎన్ వాల్యూ.
సార్ అయిపోయింది సార్ టైం అయిపోయింది సార్.
కంప్లీట్.